Did I thank you for your service?
Yes, you did.
You did?
And
All
you
right.
asked for the signature and stuff.
All right, thank you. Hi.
How are ya?
Doing good?
I'm Officer Barris. Is there a reason you're sitting here?
No.
Okay, what's the bullhorn for?
Prop?
Okay, for what? What? Okay. How come you're sitting right out here?
Is that illegal?
Do you have an ID on you?
Do I legally have to provide it?
Temporary could be. Well, you're not giving me a reason why you're here. You've been called in as suspicious by some of the businesses. You have a bullhorn here, which is in violation of our ordinance on private property. So if you'd like to be
haven't.
on public property, you're welcome to. But do you have an ID on you?
No.
Okay. Can you give me your name, please?
Do I have to?
Well, at this point, if you need to leave or you need to give me your ID. Because
I'll leave.
You aren't welcome to be here. This is private property. You're not welcome to be here.
Okay,
So if you'd like to leave and you'd like to go to public property, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I need an ID.
Okay, I'll leave.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was doing something wrong.
I understand.
Could I get your business card?
Sure can.
Can I thank you for your service?
Absolutely. What's the prop for? Can I ask?
Well, trying to get the truth out of someone.
Okay, tell me about that.
It's complicated, but essentially, I've been here before.
You've been where before? To Brookfield, to Wisconsin, to
I
this
live
bench?
I live in Wisconsin.
Okay.
To the Army Recruiter Station.
Okay.
They asked me to leave and everything, which I did respectfully. You know, I mean, if someone asked me to leave, I'm going to leave. I'm not here to cause problems.
Okay.
And afterwards, let's just say I have a bit of a history with the FBI.
Okay.
One of them asked me to come out here, step out here, and sit on that bench over there to talk to me because there's a civilian in there.
Okay.
Because I was looking to join the military because it's always been my dream.
Sure.
And you know, he wanted to tell me about this loophole that they have because I know the recruiting's down and everything.
Yeah.
But he didn't really want to say it in front of the civilian in there.
Okay.
So he, Sergeant Gibbons asked me to step outside with him so he could talk to me. No problem.
Okay.
I came out here, you know, talked to him briefly. He told me about this loophole and everything that I technically can join the military. I just got to get my federal judge to sign off on it.
Okay.
And then after that, somehow there's a miscommunication between them and the FBI. So they tried to say that I asked them to step outside.
Okay.
Which completely changes the context of the situation.
Sure.
It makes me look suspicious.
Okay.
And I respect people in uniform. You know, cops, military.
Well, I
You
appreciate
guys have a job, and I understand that. And I know you guys get a bad rep from the 1% that violate people's constitutional
Right,
rights.
absolutely.
So the FBI contacted my PO with this lie and everything, and it just
Bravo 19, he is refusing a 1027.
it completely paints me in a bad light.
Okay.
Okay, and
Because you don't like the miscommunication that happened.
I don't like
or
the
how
lie.
it was interpreted. Okay.
I mean, it's twisting the truth into a lie.
Okay.
And I just want to know the truth. I want to hear from the people that lied.
Okay. So why were you sitting here to do that? What was just sitting here would get them to tell the truth, or?
It's more of a silent protest, you know.
Okay.
Thought I had the right to assemble here to protest constitutional rights.
Sure. You're only allowed to do it on public property. So being that you're on private property, that's what makes it an ordinance violation.
Okay, I wasn't aware that this was
Sure.
private property because
Okay.
access
I might
to the
have a
public.
copy of our protest ordinance if you'd like to see it.
If you got that, then
Sure.
yeah, I would love that.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
So what's the bullhorn? If it was a silent protest, what's the bullhorn for?
Like I said, it's just
I know you said it's a prop, but did you use it?
No.
Okay. All right, it made it look like that's what you were doing?
It makes it look like I'm going to use it.
Okay. Gotcha. How long have you been here? Been sitting here for?
Let's see, what time is it? 39 minutes.
Oh, were you timing it exactly or what?
Timing's everything.
You're right. You're not wrong. Well, if you want to hang tight here, or actually, do you want to go to this bench and I'll get you a copy of our protest ordinance?
I can just follow you if that's all right. I mean, I'm on my way out.
Well,
obviously.
I don't want you to go in my squad.
Well, I mean, I'm parked over there.
So if you just want to hang tight here, I'll grab it for you and I'll bring it back.
Okay.
Okay, but you can walk with me. We can walk together.
Okay. And did you give me a business card?
I did, bro. Yeah, I wrote it here.
There you go.
Are you videotaping me?
I am. You're
Perfect.
videotaping
I'm
me.
videotaping you too. All right, why don't you have a seat on the bench?
Okay.
I'll grab it for you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How you doing?
Doing good?
Officer Buckles.
Your service.
Yep.
I mean, you got a job to do. I understand that.
What's up?
You got a job to do, and I understand that.
You can have a seat for it. That's what you're out here for.
I'm trying to get someone to tell me the truth about a lie that they're perpetuating about me.
What would that be?
I just went through the story with her. I'm sure you can talk to her after I go, but
Alrighty.
it's complicated.
Did you provide her with a name or anything like that? Or your name?
No.
No? Okay. We just like want to identify who we talk to just so we know we have it for our records, just so we know.
I understand that, but if you run my name, it's going to cause problems with my probation.
Well, not necessarily.
No, not necessarily, but it goes on the books, and then he gets notified, and then I got to answer more questions.
But it's not like you're in trouble for anything.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, we just like to know who we're talking to and all that. And, you know,
you're talking to a peaceful person. I mean, I'm not here to cause problems.
I understand. We're just, it's just something that we want.
I understand the job. I do. I mean, I respect you. Guys, I admire what you do.
Huh?
And that goes for
Who do you have a probation out of?
federal probation.
Federal probation?
Yes.
Where if I may ask, like, what's the probation for? You don't have to go into details, just kind of a little something that we understand,
It's complicated.
It's complicated? Okay.
I mean, it's a long story behind it, and unless you got over an hour to sit and talk, which I don't at the moment, because I got kids at home. It's a long story.
Okay. Do you live around here? Are you from this area? Or are you?
I live out near Oconomowoc.
Out near Oconomowoc?
Yeah.
Okay. How many kids you got?
I got 3.
3 kids?
Yeah, I got an
Older?
8-year-old,
Eight.
a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old that just turned 1 a couple days ago.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
How about a wife?
Yep.
Girlfriend?
Wife, soulmate. We've been together for 16 years and been married since 2018.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations on that as well.
Family's important. A lot of people take it for granted.
I don't know. I'm just putting these on because my hands are getting a little cold.
It's understandable. Do you by chance happen to have a business card? I mean, I collected hers.
Yeah, I can get you one. You want my name on there as well?
If you don't mind.
Yeah, I can get you one.
I just like to know who I'm talking to, and I'm a person that remembers faces, but I have a hard time remembering names.
So when she comes back, I'll go grab the IR as well, so the report number, and I'll throw that on there as well. So
Cool, thank you. I appreciate it.
actually, she should have hers on there. So actually, I can just give you mine.
I was also trying to collect signatures of my heroes because, you know, I look at the military, people in uniform as my heroes. My idols are the ones that didn't make it back, men and women of names I will never know.
Do you have a copy of the protesting ordinances?
No, I did not look it up though.
I thought I had a copy of it and I don't.
I can go look it up real quick.
Well, I was going to give him a copy of it.
Oh, okay. No, I don't.
I'm sure I can Google it.
Is your first name Darren?
No, it's Ian.
How come you didn't want to tell me initially?
Like I told him, if you guys run my name and everything, it goes in the database and then my PO gets notified, and then I just got more questions.
No, that's not what happens actually.
That's not
Just
what my
because we
PO
run your
said.
name, the only way your PO knows if I call them or you notify them. But if you're not doing anything criminal, which at this point it's a municipal ordinance. Lieutenant, this.
Doing all right.
So we don't notify. Just because your name gets run in the system does not notify your PO.
Okay, well, that's news
Right?
to
Correct
me.
me if I'm wrong.
Right. Yeah, you're not. If you don't have to do anything illegal, your PO doesn't get notified.
Right.
That's news to me because that's
So
not really the way he
you might have
put
a
it to me.
condition where you're supposed to notify them of police contact, but if you're not doing anything criminal on our end, we have no reason to notify them. Okay?
Okay.
So with that being said, we do like to document who we talk to. Okay, just because this time this is gonna go as a warning for protesting. Okay. I know you didn't have any malicious intent, I get that, but we do have a violation here.
It's a minor
warning. So I'd like to just get your information so that we can document it as a warning and everybody can move on about their day.
Can I just leave though?
What?
Can I just leave?
You can, but I do need your name so we can document it as a warning for
You have my name.
Okay? And I understand that. I need your date of birth. I'm certain there's more than state of Wisconsin.
May I leave?
Can you please give me your date of birth?
Do I
I
legally
don't want to
have
make
to?
an issue out of something that doesn't need to be. Otherwise, you are going to be detained until I can identify you. Which means that I'm going to go through the state of Wisconsin and look at all their pictures. And
I'm not
it's gonna
looking
take a
for
lot.
trouble, okay? So I'll give it to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What are you on probation for?
Complicated.
Complicated? What's the charge, or what was?
Assault of a serviceman on account of their service.
I'm sorry, assault of what?
Of a serviceman on account of their service. Shot an empty paintball gun, which I should not have done.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remedy that by making it known that I'm not a bad person.
Gotcha. Do they have like any type of restraining order against you or anything
No.
like that? No.
I would not be here if that was the case.
Okay, that's good.
Do you have a business card?
I don't have one on me, but I can give you. If you want to write down my name, I can give it to you.
I got 2 cards here. You want this kind of?
Absolutely. Well, I got my own pen here.
Okay.
It's Lieutenant Cotterly and Daywatch Lieutenant. So.
Okay. And thank you for your service.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, thanks for your cooperation.
Here's mine as well. You said you wanted.
Thank you.
Yep.
Really appreciate it.
It's unrelated to the other, what we were on the phone. Ironically, we had somebody else. We had somebody call, and there was a suspicious at our PD, and it's unrelated to you. So.
How's you guys' day going so far?
Not bad. It's getting towards the end, so.
Mine's just started.
You just started? Well, hopefully you don't have any bad run-ins, because I know most of you guys' interaction with the public like this aren't too positive.
Why is that?
Well, it's just most police that I respond to any type of situation is you don't really know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going on, and it's hard to get to know my local law enforcement because there's very, very little avenues that is provided to, communicate with you guys, to build a relationship, community building essentially. I think it's for the best that there's that connection between you guys and the public. I mean, I know 1% tend to give a bad rep for the 99%, and it's not right what happens.
Are you still on probation? Because I'm not showing a probation hit.
I am.
You are? Through what state?
It's federal.
Gotcha. Okay, it doesn't even show up on our end. So, the recruiting center doesn't want you on the property.
Okay, I understand
being that it's private property, they have the right to do that. Okay. Do you have a car here?
I do.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you to boogie on out of here.
I'm going to?
And don't come back.
Okay.
Okay.
I will respect that.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
I play instruments. I have guitars and things like that.
Take your business to not the Guitar Center.
Not okay.
Okay?
That's my only question.
Anywhere else, any other music center, I'm certain there's Cream City Music right down the street.
Okay.
Don't come to the Guitar Center.
Okay.
No matter how good the deal is.
Got to be a guitar place in Oconomowoc, right?
I'm sure. It's just I'm used to coming to the Guitar Center, but I understand. I do.
All right. I just want to verify there's no. You kind of explained the protesting ordinance. You're certainly allowed to protest. That's your right to do. It's got to be property open to the public.
Yeah, I know ignorance of the law is no excuse. I didn't quite realize that this was private property.
It is, yeah.
So now I know.
No.
All right. So, may I leave?
You may.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. You get it? Yeah. Can you turn the recorder off and put it down?
Do I have to?
Yep, you're inside FBI space.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Let me turn this on so I can actually hear you. Just put it down on the floor, please.
All right.
Easy, bring it on down.
Is this your current address on here?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to write down your information real quick, okay?
That's no problem.
How you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
How about you?
Were you a Marine?
No, unfortunately, no.
Okay.
But I aspired to be one when I was younger.
Okay. Oh, good for you. What held you up?
Failed UA at MEPS.
Your analysis?
Yeah.
Okay. Pot?
Technically, opiates.
Oh, really?
I wanted to use the military as kind of a rehab to get my life together when I was expecting my first kid about a little over 8 years ago.
Okay.
God had different plans, I guess.
Sure. How's it worked out since then?
Complicated.
Complicated? Okay.
I wouldn't be in here if my life wasn't complicated.
People come in here for various reasons, right? Sometimes it's, they just need somebody to talk to, and sometimes, it might be something legitimate. So we're here to listen. What you got?
Well, how aware are you guys of my case?
Not very.
Not very?
I didn't know that there was a case, actually. And before you get started, can I have an updated phone number for you?
262-719-5122. And I just want to start off by saying, I respect you guys, law enforcement, military, more than it seems. I know it may not seem like that.
Sure.
We all make mistakes in life, okay? Did something I'm not proud of in the past. Got convicted for assault of a serviceman and account of their service for shooting an empty paintball gun at 2 Army reservists after 2 trips to D.C. In D.C., I had my constitutional rights violated. Technically, first it was they suppressed my freedom of speech with an FD-12, involuntary confinement for a mental evaluation, because I told the National Guard that I might do something crazy stupid on March 3rd, 2021, but I wasn't really going to do anything but have a conversation. But I was curious if we lived in a minority report type society. And I didn't elaborate to the Capitol Federal Police, and kind of made comments like I felt like God compelled me to go there to have that conversation.
Okay.
So they did what I kind of understood and somewhat expected. When I was in the hospital under the FD-12, they issued a search warrant on my hotel room.
Okay.
That's not surprising. They flipped the hotel room where on the search warrant it said no items taken, but my car keys were in there. And, it doesn't surprise me that they just kind of helped themselves in my car and looked in it, which wouldn't have bothered me. But when I got back to my car, the door was ajar, the battery was dead, and I had items stolen out of my car. A digital trunk scanner, roof antenna, ham radio, empty pistol case, and 2 ballistic plates. None of those things are illegal as a citizen to own, but I understand the implication. All right, it makes me look suspect, but kind of on purpose. So after that, I was in D.C. a couple days, early March, and I made a friend of a D.C. cop. He gave me his card and everything. After finding out my stuff was gone, I called him. He made a call for me, and then I was able to pick my stuff up. So I got, a piece of paper that said, hey, we returned your items and everything like that. To me, clear violation of my Fourth Amendment right, illegal search and seizure. And it's a little hard to hold the government accountable, and I made the mistake of coming home and picking up an empty paintball gun to express myself. Should not have done that. I understand that. I know that. I went to prison for it, and I did my time. I'm trying to redeem myself in the eyes of my heroes, because anyone who's taken that oath to defend the Constitution and wears that uniform, I truly view as a hero.
Okay.
So recently, my local recruiter station over in Brookfield, are you familiar with it?
With recruiter for what?
Well, technically all 4 branches are there.
So it's a military
Yes.
recruitment. Okay.
Yes. I went there just, have a friendly conversation, try to explain myself a little bit.
Explain your case?
Well, explain what led up to the paintball incident.
Okay.
because it's not like I just did it out of nowhere. It was wrong of me to do. But, it resulted in several news stories about me that spin the story as bad as they can, because that's what news organizations do to get the clicks and whatnot. Understandable. But in one of the key reasons why the FBI showed up to my door, SWAT team style, and hauled me away on a detention hearing warrant, was apparently in clothing exchange when I was first arrested, because I was booked and released on a bond. Okay. Misdemeanor charges from the state, which were dropped because feds picked it up and state dropped that. But in the clothing exchange, allegedly I made the comment that when I got out I was going to commit mass casualty. I never said that. Never would. Right? That's not in me. But that part everyone focused on. The media and everything, and I would like to try to figure out where that lie came about, because obviously the federal government, who wrote the judge as reasoning for granting that warrant, is a key part of it, of why I was detained. I spent just roughly under a year in prison. Vast majority of it was done in county. Currently I'm on federal probation. That's up in March though. But I went to the recruiter station a couple of times, and someone named Brad from the FBI, contacted them and whatnot, and pretty much told them to kick me out, not have any kind of communication with me. Okay. Which is interfering with me, it's interfering with my freedom of speech to try to explain myself, to redeem myself in the eyes of my heroes. Because the last thing I want is for them to think I'm a domestic terrorist, because I'm not. I'm just a person who made a mistake. We all make mistakes. And most recently, I went there and, they locked all their doors before I even showed up, because I saw two servicemen that showed up at the same time as I did, go to the front door, push that buzzer, and they weren't let in. Which tells me someone from the FBI, most likely tipped them off that I was on my way there. That's the only reason why. So I went up, and at that point, I had this book that's worthless, but I'm collecting signatures of my heroes while also, shaking their hands and thanking them for their service. Okay. I got one female Army recruiter's signature, got one Navy guy's signature, one Marine guy's signature, with the Air Force. I didn't check them off my box quite yet. Okay. So I went back, I just wanted to do that,
Are you visiting the same recruitment station each time?
Well, it's 4 different doors, but they're all right next to each other. Okay. They didn't answer their door and whatever, so I went and grabbed a megaphone out of my car, and I went and sat on a bench across from their office. I did not use the megaphone. I just sat down and started reading my Bible. Kind of a silent protest, so to speak. Hey, well, the cops were called on me, and I essentially got trespassed. Asked not to return, I would be arrested. If someone tells me that, I'm going to respect it. Personally, I don't agree with it, because they swore an oath to defend my First Amendment right, Constitution, and in my eyes, they're not only not respecting it, not defending it, they're subverting it. That saddens me, that, they do that. But it's not that...
Can you tell us, what are you looking for from us today?
I kind of want to know, if I go to other recruiting stations just to thank people for their service, shake their hands, if that's going to be an issue with the FBI. Now, I know you two personally don't have much insight, but maybe you know Brad, maybe you don't. All right, I know he's contacted my PO. You know, give you a little water cooler talk. I don't know, but I'm not trying to cause problems.
So have you thought about, since you're trying to enter in what is essentially it's private property in some respects, right? That's why it's the whole trespass thing, right?
Well, I mean, I understand, you know, inside the office.
Yeah, hold on, I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
So clearly the Brookfield Police Department's got an issue because they know who you are, the recruitment center. Have you thought about writing them a letter and kind of saying, like, hey, lay out your case, write out, because if they're not going to be necessarily willing to listen to you because for whatever reason, have you thought about just getting some really nice cardstock, nice envelope? I don't know how good your penmanship is. Maybe you got good penmanship, or type it out, or you can pay somebody and they'll handwrite it out for you with great handwriting, and just write a nice letter, kind of, like you said, like kind of confessing what you did, and trying to make atone for that. And that way and then you can send 4 certified copies, so you know it's going to get delivered. You know somebody's going to take a look at it, somebody's going to read it, and then they're like, oh shit, you know, he's just trying to atone for this. And that way it's within your mind. You've reached each one of the service branches. You don't include the Coast Guard in there too. You can throw them in there, and you know at least you have that peace of mind that it's gotten to there and somebody's read this thing. And that way it's also memorialized in your mind too, instead of always just trying to go there and talk to somebody. And to your point of trying to like get signatures, you know maybe this is your way of getting that final signature and having something that maybe somebody will put in a desk drawer and kind of remember that, or maybe you'll help them out. And you talk about God and their past, maybe that's your way of atoning, is to write that letter, and maybe that makes somebody's day, because this way you can kind of sit down, think about it. You're not going to be rushed because you're worried about the police, you're worried about
well, I'm not really worried about the police.
No, I'm saying, but that way it's not rushed, right? It's something you can take your time with, spend some time thinking about what you really want to say, and then get it on a piece of paper and then mail it to them. I'm being dead serious about this. I'm not trying to be flippant about this. I'm serious as a heart attack.
I understand.
That might be an option for you.
So that way you're also not battling, if you're there in person, given the history that you've had with interactions with each recruitment station, somebody is able to read what you're wanting to say without somebody getting worked up about any previous interactions that you've had.
And maybe leave your contact information on there too. Maybe someone gives you a call back and says, hey, you come in, I'll get you a signature.
I doubt they would call me back, but I will explore that option.
No, until you try.
Yeah, I understand that. The few times I went in there, and I've been really kind and respectful. I learned a long time ago, if you show someone respect, it's typically what you get in return.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to scare people, but it seems like my mere presence puts them off, makes them uneasy.
And maybe this, like Chris was saying, was one of these ways of being able to kind of rectify that situation where you can get what you're wanting to say across to them to kind of make amends for that without, if they are worried about your presence being there, that this can kind of lighten that situation for you. And maybe that can make it better for you afterwards. But that way you can get what you need to say off your chest to those individuals, and you can say it clearly by laying it out in a letter for them.
Yeah. And I'm assuming you guys have no control over, the Freedom of Information Act, office in Virginia.
No, we don't.
Recently I mailed out, a request for my personal file and whatnot. I have yet to hear back from them. It's been a couple weeks. I know that there's a legal time limit on that. I'm not asking you guys to look into it because it's on me.
Okay, unfortunately, we wouldn't have any control over
it. We
got
nothing.
I understand that. I'm a very understanding person.
So it sounds like ultimately you're just kind of wanting to make amends for things that have happened.
Yes.
And do you want to apologize?
Yes. I mean,
I'm going to go back to the letter. I'm serious as a heart attack. Go back to the letter, start with I'm sorry, and then go from there. I'm serious as a heart attack. Go that way. You can have some. Hopefully, that will bring you some closure, because it sounds like you keep trying to go back there, and you're hitting these roadblocks, right? Well, then have the ultimate closure. Know that they're going to get the letter. Send it certified mail. nice envelope, nice stamp, and send it to each one of those 4 stations.
And you'll get to be able to lay out everything you're wanting to say. You're not getting cut off by police getting called or any kind of misconceptions as to why you're there.
Or being asked to leave, you know.
You're getting to lay out everything that you're wanting to say to them in your letter.
Yep.
I would start there and see if that, helps give you kind of some peace in yourself, and, they're getting to be able to hear your side of the story and your apology, and you can move on after that.
What about the little bit of lies that seem to be coming from the FBI about me?
So unfortunately with that, I don't know of Brad. It sounds like from what you're saying, it was based off a statement that they believe you said, and...
Well, it's not just that. Recently in the recruiter station, the first time I went in there, I know recruiting's, it's down. I always wanted to be, in the military. So one of the recruiters asked for me to step outside with him to talk with me because I guess there's a loophole that, he said I could contact my federal judge. If my federal judge signs off on it, I'd be able to enlist. I know that's not a reality at this point. But just the mere fact that he asked me to step out because there was another civilian in the office, that's okay. But then my PO got contacted by Brad, who said that I asked him to step outside because I didn't want people inside to hear what I was saying. And you see how you twist the truth like that a little bit, how it can just make me look bad?
Well, and maybe that's what the recruiter told them.
And see, that's what I tried, kind of clarifying with the recruiter, but
and maybe just the streams
he won't respond.
And maybe just the streams got crossed. It happens.
I know. I don't want to put blame on anyone without knowing.
It could very well be, kind of like the game of telephone.
Yeah, and
it's going through so many people.
I don't like the game of telephone. I'm very familiar with it.
Right.
That's also something where you can do your part by backing up any communications to where you're validating that you did the right thing, staying in contact with your PO, telling him what's happened, telling him what you're up to, staying on that good behavior. That helps validate anything that you're doing well. If he's hearing anything negative, he can come to you and say, well, you seem like you're doing all the right things. So it's going to help back up your side of the story, too. The more you're in contact with him, staying on what you're supposed to be doing, based on what your parole is lined out for, all those things are going to help kind of correct any of those, so to say, lies that are coming out or misconceptions that are happening about you. So those are all ways that you can back up yourself. Because obviously, if we're having a game of telephone and stories are getting put through people, that can happen with anyone. Stories can get changed. People can misunderstand, misinterpret things. But that's where you can help yourself in that situation.
That's what I'm trying to do. It's one of the reasons why I come in here, kind of just trying to gain understanding and possibly give understanding.
Do you feel like you've accomplished that today?
You've given me, ideas and options to,
Good.
I'm glad to hear that.
And hopefully that's a positive step forward for you.
Every step forward is positive in my mind. It's just, you learn from your past, but don't let it define you.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Well, hopefully this gives